All right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Psycho's Platters, always powered by coffee each and every time. So, what's Mighty Psycho going to go off and do today? Well, it is time for another episode of that award-winning series, future award-winning series, Jukebox from Hell. So, if you went off and saw, a previous episode, which hopefully you did, on just a very fantastic here. But now on the scorecards, episode 45. Yes, that's right. Episode 45. What are we going to be talking about today? Well, we're going to go to October 1981. And we are going to discuss about the Knack's third album, Round Trip. That's right. I have had several people privately message me to actually do this album. We did about a season ago, maybe a season and a half ago, we did their second album, which was The Little Girls Understand, but The Little Girls Understand, excuse me, which that second LP was at number 15 on the Billboard, and they had barely a top 40 hit, Baby Talks Dirty, at number 38. Now, this one here, like I said, released in October of 81, only made it to 93 on the Billboard charts. And Pay the Devil, Ooh Baby Ooh, was the single in America. And it only made it to number 67. Here's the front. Here's the back. And then on a record collecting standpoint, this here is in unfortunately a coming apart poly sleeve, but it I don't know if you could see this, but it does have a little bit of remnants of the Capitol logo, but instead it says the Knack in red. That's what you'd be looking for. I can't believe it. Oh, here we go. Here's something else for it to show you too. And I hate to tell you this, but I just discovered that. Sometimes vinyl and self-discovery, right? We've talked about this on my show. We have. And so you've got your lyrics, all right, along with photos of all four of them. See, that's how you know all discombobulated. So, of course, we went and we've done research, and I went to the Knack's website, also gone off and checked, through Wiki and AllMusic. And by the way, yeah, you people in the vinyl community, Stephen Schnee, Spaz, that's what he calls himself. And he left high praise for this LP. Am I going to do the same thing? You'll find out, won't you? All right, so Round Trip was produced by Jack Douglas. Jack was a very, very producer. Go from Eric Cheap Lennon, double fast, and then lands with this. He was all over the joint. So, of course, your regular typical subjects, Doug Feiger, Burton Avere, Prescott Niles, and Bruce Gary, of course. But you also happen to have the Chicago horn section on 4 tracks. Now, what I mean by that is it's the horn section from the band Chicago, all right? And I think that's kind of cool, honestly. Also, you get Flo and Eddie. Remember Flo and Eddie? They used to be members of the Turtles, and they really are the Turtles. Okay, Howard Kaylan, Mark Volman. All right. Flo gets an extra track. he does 3. Mark Hudson, we've heard that name before. Of course, future producer for Ringo and others, and a member of Hudson Brothers. Sneaky Pete Klein it does pedal steel on 1 track, and even Sharona is on a track. Yeah, that's right. That Sharona. So let's get into the breakdown of this. So track 1, Radiating Love. Great go-getter of a track to start this album off. Track 2, Love this tempo rocker. Track 3, Africa. No, not Toto's Africa. This is Knack's Africa. At first, this is all my writing. At first, I thought I tripped on a funk jazz record. That's what it sounded like. I can't explain it, but it's definitely different. Track 4, She Likes the Beat. This ain't a story. This ain't no movie show. She don't like bullshit. She likes beat. Another, just love the harmonies. Cooks. Include side 1, track 6. We Are Waiting. For 2 seconds, I'm reminded of I Love It Loud from Kiss, which, of course, they were recording around the same time, I think, so Lord knows. But the drums is what I'm talking about, seriously. And the drums keep that going some in the song. You'd have to hear it to know what I'm talking about. And also, it's a trippy Beatle-like song. Only annoying thing, and I hated this at least twice in the song. So the song's pretty groovy, and then it gets all jumpy, for 10 seconds, 2 different spurts of 10 seconds. I hate that before it went back to the groove, and I'm just annoying. Other than that, the rest of the song's great. Track 7, Go Crazy. Speedy rock with a slight, at least in my opinion. Some people say that Boys Go Crazy maybe should have been the single. It was rumored that that's what they were going to do, but instead they put Pay the Devil. Track 8, Little Cal's Big Mistake. Beginning, in my opinion, a Blue Oyster Cult / Steve Miller mix. I know, right? In it. The harmonies I really like here. They're very nice. Track 9, Sweet Dreams. Starts with ambulance sound. Song has dark overtones, but yet Beatles-ish psych sounds at times. Track 10, Another Lousy Day in Paradise. It's a nice piece of power pop. Track 11, Pay the Devil, Ooh Baby Ooh. With Flo and Eddie on backgrounds, like I said, it's okay, but it's not great. And lastly, track 12, Art War. Starts out sounding like Way of the World from Cheap Trick, but yet it's so surreal. Oh, well, it's all over the place, to be honest with you. And that's how they conclude that. Now, of course, you're going to have the afterwards. Yes, the afterwards to this piece. So several concerts in one happened. Board is host for a short tour. Doug Feiger left December 31st, 1981. The rest of the band joined with Stephen McNally from Roadmaster to form The Game. Mid-1982, Game breaks up. You also get Doug Feiger's Taking Chance. Now, here's a one-off, on and off, till you get to the next album in their catalog, Serious Fun, in 1991. Another underrated pop piece, overlooked. Yeah, you try saying that 5 times fast. So, and then others. And then the last time, all 4 original members, 1996. Rest in peace, Bruce Gary, 2006, and Doug Feiger, 2010. So, did you end up getting this album when this first came out? Now, I didn't. I probably didn't touch on this thing originally until maybe the late 80s. I can say that probably in a year, this was in the cutout rack. I remember we had lots of different unusual cutout racks, and I'm telling you, this was in there for sure, which is sad because it doesn't deserve it. All right. 93 on Billboard. Oh, this is a top 50 album. All right. It is. I don't give a shit what anybody says about it. Are you a Knack fan? Did you end up buying this when it first came out in 81? What's your favorite song or favorite album? They did a handful, that's for sure. Let me know in the comments and all that other stuff. So, maybe asking yourself, what's next time? for Jukebox from Hell. We're going to go to 1991, so 10 years later. Well, you end up having two members of a very famous 70s group, okay? And kind of strike out on their own, so to speak. Unfortunately, not a good result. We're talking RTZ turn. That's right. They were Jukebox from Hell. You like enough. Um, and you have recommendations, please put them down in the comments, and I will write it in the recommendation book. And if I use yours, I'll shout out you, plain and simple. Till next time, everybody, take care. God bless. Rock on. Always powered by coffee each and every time. Peace and love, people. Rock on.